When people talk about defense spending, they throw around numbers like $1 trillion. It's such a huge number that, honestly, most of us don't even think about what it actually means. But if you look a little closer, especially right now, there's a different side to that story. Out in the Middle East, near Iran, there are US warships deployed, ships like the USS Abraham Lincoln and the USS Tripoli. Thousands of service members are on board. They're doing what they're trained to do, staying ready, staying alert, and waiting. But recently, some reports coming from those ships have raised concerns, not about combat, but about something much more basic, food. Sailors have been describing meals that are pretty rough. Things like dry patties, gray processed meat, boiled vegetables, and in pretty small portions. And over time, fresh food has basically disappeared from the menu. Now, normally, ships would resupply or stop at ports. But in this situation, that's not really happening. There aren't any port stops in sight, and supplies are being rationed to make things last longer. So what you're left with is repetition, the same kind of meals, day after day. Back home, families are seeing all of this. They're seeing the images, hearing the stories, and naturally, they want to help. So they start sending care packages. Boxes filled with snacks, vitamins, socks, toothpaste, just everyday things that can make life a little easier. But here's where it gets frustrating. A lot of those packages aren't even making it to the ships. Mail deliveries to many overseas military addresses have been suspended. Airspace issues, conflict zones, logistical problems, everything kind of stacking up at once. So now, those packages are just sitting there, stuck in transit. Officials have responded by saying that this kind of disruption is normal during times like this. And maybe, from a logistical point of view, that's true. But what they haven't really provided is a clear answer on when things are going to improve, or when those supply lines will fully stabilize again. And I think that's where this starts to hit differently. Because when people say, support the troops, it's usually said with a lot of pride, a lot of certainty. But situations like this make you stop and think, what does that actually look like in practice? If service members are deployed in high-tension areas, if basic supplies are being stretched, and even simple care packages from home aren't getting through, then the idea of support starts to feel a little more complicated. And for a lot of families watching from home, it's not really about politics or strategy. It's just about knowing that the people they care about are being taken care of, even in the smallest ways. Because sometimes, it's not the big numbers that matter most. It's the small things, like a proper meal, or a package that actually arrives. For more updates like this, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned to News Dispatch.